Selena Gomez once checked herself into a mental health facility and called it the best thing I've ever done. The world watched as Disney's sweetheart suddenly vanished from the public eye. Behind closed doors, Gomez was fighting a war against her own mind. Her smile masked an internal battlefield where anxiety and depression waged constant attacks. Undiagnosed bipolar disorder complicated this silent struggle while millions of fans clamored for her return. Her perfect Instagram post and red carpet appearances concealed a painful reality few could imagine. Today, we're pulling back the curtain on her journey, from the darkest moments of vulnerability to an unexpected path of healing and self-discovery that would transform her completely. Before Selena Gomez became the mental health warrior we know today, she was Disney's perfect princess, a role that came with a gilded cage. Barney and Friends might have been her first stepping stone, but it was Disney's Wizards of Waverly Place that transformed her into America's sweetheart overnight. From 2007 to 2012, she was living in a pressure cooker designed as a dream job. Every smile, interview, and public appearance had to be flawless because Disney princesses don't crack under pressure, right? The transition from child star to adult celebrity hit Selena like a freight train. As she attempted to shed her Disney image and establish herself as a serious artist, the cracks in her perfect facade began to show. The gilded cage of childhood fame gradually transformed into a battlefield where she fought for her identity. The revival tour should have been her triumphant moment. Instead, it became the stage where her mental health visibly declined. During a performance in Australia, cameras caught her voice breaking mid-song, her eyes welling with tears before she quickly composed herself, a rare glimpse behind the mask. "I had a responsibility at a very young age. Young people were looking up to me," she once revealed, describing the suffocating weight of expectations that followed her everywhere. This was about walking on eggshells, while millions of eyes tracked her every move, waiting for the slightest stumble. How do you grow up normally when your adolescence is public property? The psychological toll manifested in devastating ways. Panic attacks gripped her before and after shows, leaving her gasping for breath in dressing rooms while her team stood by helplessly. Her self-esteem plummeted despite the adoration of millions. The more successful she became, the more isolated she felt. Footage from the revival tour shows the disturbing contrast. A performer going through the motions while falling apart inside. Her smile would drop the instant she turned away from the audience, replaced by exhaustion and despair. She later confessed feeling she wasn't good enough, a complete distortion considering she was performing while physically and mentally depleted. Meanwhile, her body was sending desperate signals. Mysterious fevers, debilitating headaches, and crushing fatigue plagued her. Early warnings of lupus that went unheeded. "I kind of ignored it," she admitted in 2017. Accepting illness meant acknowledging vulnerability, which wasn't part of the perfect Disney princess script. As cancellations became necessary, media painted her as unstable and difficult, the cruelest narrative for someone questioning her own sanity. Everything imploded in 2016 when Selena canceled her tour entirely. The financial hit was massive, the scrutiny brutal. Industry insiders whispered about career suicide. But Selena chose herself over her image, shattering the Disney princess narrative once and for all. No more pretending, no more perfect smiles through private pain. That declaration of independence came at exactly the right moment, as Selena's body was secretly waging a war against itself that would soon push her to the edge of survival. While tabloids speculated about rehab and exhaustion, doctors were piecing together a much darker puzzle that would eventually require the ultimate sacrifice from someone in her inner circle. 2013 marked the beginning of Selena's medical nightmare. Lupus, an autoimmune disease where her own body attacked itself. In classic Hollywood fashion, she kept this diagnosis hidden for 2 years, smiling for cameras while enduring a biological civil war ravaging her from within. When she finally revealed her condition in 2015, the entertainment industry was shocked. According to the Lupus Foundation of America, this chronic disease can attack virtually any part of the body. Joints, skin, and vital organs all became battlegrounds. Her symptoms included muscle pain, joint inflammation, fever, rashes, chest pain, hair loss, and kidney problems that would eventually threaten her life. The treatment matched the disease in brutality. While her peers posted glamorous vacation photos, Selena silently endured chemotherapy treatments. The same toxic protocol used to fight cancer, pumped into the body of a woman barely old enough to order a drink legally. The physical toll was enormous, the psychological warfare equally devastating. By 2017, Selena's condition deteriorated to kidney failure. Francia Reza became her literal lifesaver. Selena revealed the transplant on Instagram, writing, "She gave me the ultimate gift and sacrifice by donating her kidney to me. I am incredibly blessed. I love you so much, sis." This represented a second chance at life that came with profound psychological reckoning. Behind her carefully curated social media presence lurked a darker reality. In her 2022 documentary, My Mind and Me, she admitted suicidal thoughts had plagued her. "I was so young. I haven't felt it since I was younger. Now it just hurts in the morning. When I wake up, I immediately start crying because it hurts, like everything." The transplant provided temporary relief, but by 2020, a new lupus flare-up compounded her psychological distress. Medical professionals remained puzzled until the breakthrough came. During an Instagram Live with Miley Cyrus, Selena revealed, "Recently I went to one of the best mental hospitals, and I realized that I was bipolar." This knowledge transformed her relationship with her condition. "When I got to know more information, it actually helps me," she explained. "It doesn't scare me once I know it." She later told the Wall Street Journal magazine, "My highs were really high, and my lows would take me out for weeks at a time. I got on the right medication, and my life has been completely changed." Medical research confirms what Selena experienced firsthand. Lupus and mental health disorders are intimately connected, as the autoimmune disease can directly impact the central nervous system. What happens when a Disney princess decides to weaponize her darkest moments? In the entertainment industry, where perfection sells and vulnerability kills careers, Selena Gomez was about to flip the entire script. She built a multi-million-dollar empire around her diagnosis, while critics whispered she was exploiting her own pain. "The moment I did that, I felt this insane amount of release," Selena confessed about sharing her story. "There wasn't any hiding anymore." This was her declaration of war against the stigma that had imprisoned her for years, a psychological exorcism performed in front of millions. While other stars buried their medical records deeper than their worst career flops, Selena ripped her wounds open on camera, transforming her pain into armor. Hollywood executives held their breath. Would audiences embrace this raw vulnerability or reject it as too uncomfortable? The gamble paid off spectacularly. Fans saw themselves reflected in her struggles. Critics, expecting another sanitized celebrity puff piece, instead witnessed something revolutionary. A megastar refusing to play by the rules of manufactured perfection. Selena wanted to transform the entire mental health landscape through dialectical behavior therapy, the approach that completely changed my life. While other celebrities hawked diet teas and skincare, Selena normalized therapy for millions of young women who identified with her journey. Her rare beauty empire emerged with a purpose beyond lipstick sales. Through its Rare Impact Fund, Selena committed to raising $100 million for mental health services within its first decade. This wasn't empty celebrity virtue signaling. The fund has already generated $13 million and provided grants to 26 organizations across 5 continents. Even her social media approach reveals someone who's turned trauma into strategic wisdom. Despite maintaining 427 million Instagram followers, she's taken at least 5 breaks since 2018 and doesn't even manage her own accounts. In the attention economy where disappearing means career death, Selena prioritized mental stability over engagement metrics. Her co-founded venture, Wondermind, further demonstrates her business savvy, creating a mental fitness ecosystem built from lived experience. When critics whisper, "She's profiting from pain," Selena responds with unapologetic clarity. "I want to ensure that everyone, no matter their age, race, religion, sexual orientation, has access for services that support their mental health." The most revealing question is whether becoming an advocate has actually healed her. "Titles don't scare me anymore because I claimed my own story, and I felt freedom from it," she's explained. By transforming her personal nightmare into public purpose, she's found meaning beyond chart-topping hits. This newfound purpose has reshaped her entire career. While other pop stars chase tour dates, Selena has made it clear that mental stability comes first, even if that means never touring again. "I'm simply just a person living and surviving every day." Perhaps the most revolutionary statement a superstar could make in an industry built on the myth of perfection. Selena Gomez has revolutionized celebrity mental health advocacy, turning personal tragedy into a movement with tangible results. Through the Rare Impact Fund, she's financing meaningful change, committing $100 million over a decade to fund organizations across 5 continents supporting mental health education and suicide prevention. Her openness creates a profound ripple effect, notes Dr. Sarah Chen, clinical psychologist. When someone of her influence shares their journey, it normalizes seeking help. By being genuinely vulnerable about bipolar disorder, anxiety, depression, and lupus, Gomez has humanized mental illness for an entire generation. Her story illuminates a powerful truth. Our deepest struggles can become our greatest platform for creating lasting change.